What it do,
Yo,
little
yo, yo,
baby?
we
We're
back,
back again. The Grounded
sir.
Show. You already know the vibes, man. Coming off of the kickback, the most recent one, man. It was rained out, but we still was out there vibing, man. It
Yeah,
was
shout out to everybody came out, man. We
yeah,
were, we
for
were
real.
kind of a little weary that the rain was gonna affect some of the crowd, but everybody showed up, man. They
Yeah,
walked right through
man.
that
It
rain.
it, it was packed. It was you seen people pulling up with the umbrellas,
Yeah.
dog. Hey, that's the thing about the grown crowd, bro.
Oh
They
yeah.
they not gonna let nothing get in the way. You playing something, you got that day
Shorty
and
walked
that's
through the
it.
rain.
You
Her
know what I
pizza
mean?
box was soaked.
Yeah,
She still
facts.
ate that.
Facts, man. Appreciate everybody pulling up. It was a nice vibe
They're
out
getting
there.
better, man. Yeah, these kickbacks are getting really, really good. I think this one at the end of the month, the summer kickback.
Yeah, the summer one's gonna be fire,
Yeah,
man. I'm excited.
I gotta
Well,
come and
the
check it
first
out.
summer one, because we're gonna have a couple more
Oh yeah.
before the summer ends. So
Yep. The first
yeah,
summer.
man,
Very
and,
true.
and we think about doing some other stuff too, man. People literally been asking every time I go pull up over there. They always telling me that they're like, man, when y'all gonna take another night? People come and ask like, oh, when y'all gonna do more nights like that kickback? So we definitely scheming, man. Y'all,
Yeah,
y'all
we've
stay
only done
posted.
3 and it's growing. And it's growing and we're getting more engagement of new people who want to show up, new people who are interested. So we're trying to grow it from here.
Yeah,
Think of
facts.
new ideas and provide the vibe as much as we can.
Yeah, man. It's definitely been a dope thing to kind of see grow, and it really does have that like grown. It's weird because it's like a grown house party kind of. You know what I mean? It has that vibe, but at the same time, it doesn't have that like house party vibe per se. Like you at your friend's house in '06 type of
Oh
thing. You
yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
It just has that like cool atmosphere.
Yeah.
The vibes are right, the mood is right. You were spinning the hell out them ones and twos.
Oh yeah. I
And
got to do
man,
what it do.
it was
But
dope.
yeah, I think it's so spacious that each group having their own like little party there.
Yeah, facts.
Like it's not you don't overhear anybody talking. The energy from other people doesn't affect you. So whatever area you're in with your little group, you could enjoy it how you want to enjoy it, and the rest of the vibes doesn't affect you. Now I'll make sure I'm bringing the tracks all day.
Facts, man. Speaking of bringing the tracks, bruh, New York ran the train on the Spurs yesterday, dog. They hit them with the blitz in the fourth quarter. Spurs had a nice little comeback towards the end. They kind of swung the game back around. I was super hyped with that, but man, that boy Brunson, I'm very I'm a skeptic of Brunson. So I like Brunson.
A lot of people are.
I enjoy him as a player. He got a lot of heart. He's a smart player and he plays great, bro. But I'm the type of guy where it's like history tells me at his size it's gonna be tough to keep it up the whole series and to be as impactful as he usually is. Cause with a 7 game series, bro, the team gets to learn you, they get to see your little habits. And once on both sides, once both teams start locking in on what they gotta do defensively, bro, it gets tight and it gets a lot tougher.
Yeah, I think the best part of winning game one is we got that the away game advantage. I think the worst part of winning that game is we lit a fire under the Spurs' ass. Wemby's not gonna come in game two and play like he
Yeah,
did
he was
yesterday.
talking after the game yesterday, real methodical. I felt the way he was speaking, and you can tell, like you're saying, bro. You could tell it really made him be like, all right, but nah, hats off to New York. Like I was saying in the chat earlier, man. I feel like the big difference to me was McBride and Cat.
Yeah, Cat. Yeah.
Those were the two guys that I thought were gonna be the weak points for New York and was gonna really hurt y'all. Like I was just in my mind like, yo, McBride and Cat, that they're just gonna kind of get ate up with these lineups. You know what I mean? But hats off to both of them, especially Cat. He was aggressive the whole night. I really think watch the next couple games, bro. They're gonna start calling that hook he's doing with his off arm when he dribbles in. Because this last game, they started calling Wemby on the pushes on the screens. And like I was saying in the chat, they always like overcompensate either
Yeah,
way. You know what I mean?
they
And
balance it out when they
exactly. They
cross.
always have that situation in the first couple games, and then by the time it kind of like settles, usually in like 5, 6, 7 around there, the games are kind of like more down the middle. Not necessarily that they're calling the games great, but they're calling them more consistently. You know what I mean? And that's one thing that's been a big talking point all season this year. I mean, it's been building,
Yeah,
but this year I feel like mad players have been letting loose, just selling out on the refs. They haven't even cared. They just been taking the fines. Like it definitely seems like it's a thing where the NBA and the players are like, bruh, something's going on here and it
yeah,
needs to get fixed.
yeah. They're definitely showing their frustrations. Um, I think the key, the major keys to winning the series is the defense. You know, we can't let the Spurs get hot. You know, Champagne Hardaway starts draining them threes, and it's a wrap for us.
Bro,
You
I
know,
picked up a rookie autograph card of his out of a dollar bin for $2, bro. It was probably like when he wasn't even in the rotation yet. It's just I'm a Spurs fan, you
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
So I'm like, oh, $2 champagne, I'm taking that,
Mhm.
bruh. I know I'm like, just I thought he was gonna be straight. I thought he was gonna be like a solid like if he gives you 8 points a game, you happy.
Yeah,
But bro, he's been exploding, dog.
yeah,
Like his shooting, he's definitely taking that like energy of like the classic Spurs shooter slash defender.
yeah.
You know, like
They have the same um, kind of dynamic, the structure of the team that they did with with Duncan and Parker and
yeah,
everybody. Like
facts.
they have like the same tools that each player had on that squad on this squad. So they definitely have. Like I said, I didn't say anything that last quarter until it was over.
Yeah, yeah. We
Yeah,
weren't even saying nothing in the chat. Like everybody else was saying stuff, and it was like, bro, I don't talk during the game. I can't even like lock in to
uh,
talk sometimes because I'm like so wrapped up in the game, you know. But it was a good game, man. It was a lot of. It wasn't good in the sense of like it was competitive because I felt like it was just a lot of swings,
yeah,
like big lead this way, big lead that way, big lead this way, big lead that way. So it wasn't really like so much like a skillful game because it was definitely ugly in the first half. A lot of missed shots, a lot of kind of desperation stuff. I feel like a lot of people was throwing up on both teams, and they started settling in that fourth quarter. And I'm definitely curious to see this game too. I think it's going to be a lot more polished. I think it's going to be a little bit slower the pace. Um, I think the fact that New York had 9 days off, they came with a burst of energy that was
four
insane.
games in 23 days.
And now the travel is going to slow down for both
Yeah,
teams, so they're both going to be more rested, more locked in. Um, man, I feel like this might be a finals that we see a couple times, bro.
open.
Like, and it's crazy because the last time the Knicks were in the finals, it was against the Spurs. Like,
Yep,
what are the chances
99,
that is the same thing
and they
again,
lost
bro?
4-1.
Yeah, yeah. That was the lockout year. Yeah, that was when Timmy was just asserting himself, dog. Cause
Hmm.
he, oh man, and that was like a kind of similar situation of what's happening now with the Knicks, a young surging
Yeah,
guy with a lot of talent around him. But honestly, man, like I don't, I'm not like super confident about the series because man, it could just go either way with you lose one player or, it's just anything, bro,
yeah, yeah.
anything.
Brunson, that scare in the first quarter, I was like, no way.
He
If we
had a
lose,
couple scares, bro.
yeah,
The ankle, the
first the knee, then the
knee,
ankle, yeah.
he went to the back at one point.
If we would have been out, I would have turned the TV off.
Yeah, he definitely got a tough road ahead of him, man, especially if he's banged up like we are kind of believing seeing how he was reacting in this first game, bro. But yeah, man, we'll get off that for now. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a lot to talk about with that in the coming week and a half, because I feel like it's gonna be a long series, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's definitely gonna go the distance.
Yeah, so I'm glad you reminded me before we started recording, dog. The Jay-Z freestyle at the Roots picnic, man. Um,
That's Hove, man.
that was something that I feel like kind of came and went as far as like uh chatter in the hip hop world, you know what
Hmm.
I mean? I feel like it's not gonna be something that disappears as far as like the artist that he talked about.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna start hearing responses to this pretty soon, if not already, like in a subtle way.
You think
Um,
Drake should respond?
I feel like Drake was fishing for it, so I feel like he's gonna respond. You know what I mean? Like it just kind of
You think he should though?
I mean, I feel like he should. He threw a few jabs at him on the
Yeah,
album. You know what I mean? That's gonna be an interesting one. Like the established OG hip hop guy that is like the essence of hip hop as far as the fans are concerned against the new established guy that is not like OG hip hop as far as the fans are
yeah,
concerned. So it's like it's like a weird dynamic. I would love to see it, bro. I definitely would love to see it.
yeah. To me, it's like Drake just dropped 3 albums. He broke the record for the top 100s. Um, he broke the Spotify stream records again. He's at the top right now, and I don't see an opportunity that comes from retaliating and coming back at you. Like, what's he gonna drop, a freestyle? Like, he has so much music out there. Is he just gonna come out with a freestyle and drop it at this time while everything's so hot with the 3 albums he dropped? Just don't see the point of why Drake needs to respond. And Jay Z, like I said, I still put Jay Z above Drake. So I'm a Jay Z fan. I'm kind of mad my two goats are going against each other, but I don't see a reason for it right now. I think he just let it simmer, and it's all. I think a Hove just promoting that the Yankee Stadium.
Do you think that's gonna be crazy? Like, do you think he's gonna like? I feel like he's gonna probably announce or debut some new music. Um, Maybe have some crazy performances. Because I was even like, I was shocked to see the him Beans and
Yeah,
Freeway like them performing. I
yeah,
never
that
thought
was
in
dope.
my life I would see that again, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Them
because
three
he did it on
performing
the
that
B sides
song, bro.
concert.
Like that was insane,
Yeah,
man.
and that's what I think he's gonna bring everybody out, man. I think he's gonna bring everybody who he has featured on Reasonable Doubt and featured on the Blueprint. I think he's just going to bring everyone out that's on there, and I think it's going to be one of the best shows. And I think he's trying to do that because Drake's going to go on tour, and I think he's trying to sell out and show how he still reigns in the concert realm.
Yeah. I'm super interested to see what Jay Z does next, man, because it just that freestyle was like super lofty to
Yeah,
just go back into hiding after this concert. You know what I mean? Like you just popped out, dropped this freestyle and slid. You know,
and
like
I think he's also proven how people talk about how Drake this is people without saying their names. And he did it too, except for Jaguar, right? That was kind of. I think that's the only person he
yeah, he
feels
directly
comfortable.
yeah.
But everybody else, he just like Dame Dash um and
He
Drake and
didn't mention them, but they were
yeah,
very direct dissing
yeah,
him
like
though. Like
spitting out your teeth, and
yeah,
Dame
yeah,
Dash teeth
exactly.
fell
It was
out.
like he's talking
Yeah,
about you. It's not like he was
yeah.
beating around the bush. Cause
And
I
Drake said the jig is up, and he said he's used those same words.
yeah,
The jig is
exactly.
up. Yeah. So I think he's still showing like, hey, you remember who you got this from, bruh?
Nah,
Because he
facts.
did it with Nas all the time.
And I remember the big not controversy, but I remember it was like an eyebrow raising moment when Drake started to really, really pop and Jay got him on the album, but he only had him on the hook. And I
Off
believe
that, yeah,
if I remember correctly, I believe Drake said that he did cut a verse for that,
yeah.
but the verse was not kept on the song.
Mhm.
I might be wrong on that, but I know for sure it was just the hook that he ended up being on the album, and
Yeah, it's off that.
people were super confused.
Mhm.
Like, you're gonna have Drake on here, and you're just gonna have him do
Yeah.
the hook. You know what I mean? They even questioned him at the time,
Yeah, but Drake still put Jay on his albums after that.
but that's kind of what I was getting to. Like, I feel like Jay kind of always mentally one ups
Yeah.
Drake. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's methodical in that
Oh
way where
yeah.
he's like, all right, I'm gonna put you on the album, but not a verse,
Mhm.
and then he's gonna get on. I mean, bro, the what was it? Nothing was the same. Light up,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh,
That verse on Light Up from Jay Z, dog.
love that song.
Like, he really just
Yeah.
I mean, whoa, like, that was insane, bro.
Drake, here's how they gonna come at you with silly rap views, trying to distract you.
Bro, he went insane. That whole verse from top to bottom,
Yeah.
like, the songwriting, the flow, just the wittiness, bro, like, Jay-Z's one of those for me that I wasn't, like, a huge fan in the beginning, but, like, the second act of his career, I felt like he was even nicer then,
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, just as far as, like, how mature his flow got and, like, the way he still, like, keeps it real, but he's just so poetic and he got such a, like, philosophizer type
Yeah.
mind, you know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Yeah.
That he just, like it just sounds so good, bro. Like,
Mhm.
he for me, it's like Jay is at that point, like, where I mean, he's been at that point, but his same as like Nas, like Nas is just like he's telling you something, bro, and just the way that the point that he's at already, and the way he puts the words together is like, bro, oh my god, bro, like
Yeah.
it's just that's the part of hip hop that I feel like a lot of people miss, just as far as like what we were talking about before that. Back in the day, all the rappers had their own sound,
Yeah.
but they were all rapping. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like you had Nelly with the St. Louis swag. You know what I mean? You had Jermaine Dupri and the artist he was pushing with the Atlanta sound.
DMX,
You had DMX from New York.
Luda.
Redman from Jersey.
Yeah.
Like
Like each
Bun
person had their own
B.
sound. Like the
Pimp
Atlanta
C,
sound, the Midwest
the Atlanta
sound,
sound.
the New York sound. Yeah, it was different.
And now it's just all like the same kind of like trap vibes,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And it's like it's cool to a certain point, but at the same time, bro, at the end of the day, music is music. Music is just supposed to be dope,
yeah.
original. Like that's what catches your ear. Once you start following that formula like down to a T,
Mhm.
it's just hard for like the sound to be anything exciting. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
That's why, like artists really have to try to make it. And like we talked about, we talk about Wayne all the time. Like you listen to Wayne, and you don't listen to Wayne the same way you listened to him before. But with Jay and Nas, you listen to them the same way you did when you first listened to them. Like it's still that sound that they're
Yeah,
bringing. You know what I mean? They didn't switch up. It's still that flow. It's still that type of content in their lyrics. Um, so I don't think the fall off ever happened for them. Maybe mainstream fall off as far as the audience reach and what they put out, but their skill and their technique as an artist and who they always were, they're still the same people.
yeah. I feel like it also goes to like the intention behind an artist going to the studio. Like so many different artists think so many different ways when they're going to the studio. Sometimes it's like, yo, I need to make another bag, like make some new music. Sometimes it's like, oh, I went through this situation and I really want to talk about it. Sometimes it's so many different reasons, and I feel like it always shows in the music. You know what I mean? Like the people that care about the music sounds like you care about it. You know what I mean? That's like one thing I always talk about with people is like when you go cheap on your music, it sounds cheap, and like who is gonna want to listen to something that sounds cheap? You know what I mean? Like when you got people like Drake out here, you got people like Jay-Z, you know what I mean? Like doing the best music you've ever heard, and then you're gonna come out here and spend $30 and think like you about to change the world. Like
Yeah. It's not
it's
gonna
like
happen.
it needs the quality comes with a price. You know what I mean? That's even why somebody like Jay-Z sounds so epic when he's so locked in on these tracks, like the light up or whatever. Like, bro, like he was in $1 million studio recording this. You know what I mean? Like having like the best guy that's mixed, for the last 20, 30 years, like all the top songs. Like,
And it's funny, he still always records on his own and just sends you the verse.
yeah.
He's like, he wants his own energy in that studio.
hmm and that's another thing too of like just knowing the game and knowing how to navigate and like why he's at the point he's at, because it's like he's gonna sound how he sounds no
Yep.
matter what. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna get him sounding like some bullshit on a song or
Yeah.
something, because he's gonna make sure of it. You know what I mean? And yeah, man.
He's gonna have Guru in there. That's the only engineer that's touching his music.
Yep. And then it's a crazy thing about us being in that era now where like the hip hop old heads are able to release music, and we don't feel like it's like some old head music. You know what I mean? Like I remember thinking like Rakim is gonna drop some new music when I was a little bit younger and being like, I mean, I'll check it out, but I'm not expecting, same thing like, KRS-One, all the Big Daddy Kane, like when I was already older, that like they were already way older. Like at that time, you weren't thinking like, oh, I want to hear new
Yeah,
music
not
from
at
these
all.
people,
It's like
but
when LL Cool J dropped an album.
exactly, bruh. But now it's like changed because the rap is like kind of different, and the landscape of the music is a little different. So like you could realistically might be hearing some new Jay Z at 60 years old. Like
Yeah,
he's not far from it, bro.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And just like, I think about all the time, like if the Locks were to drop an album today,
Yeah,
I'd be running to listen to that.
yeah. And it's like it's one of those things where if you're dope and you're just paying attention to the quality of the music, it's gonna sound dope. You know what I mean?
I
Like
wonder if that's why a lot of artists don't drop music at this, like when they're like older artists like that.
I think a lot of times you hear like it's just the effort that goes behind it.
Yeah.
Like it's such an endeavor and it's such a project, like from front to back, and then you got a tour on the end of it. You know what I mean? So it's like a lot of older people they look at that and they're like, man, that's 2 years of my life that I don't want to spend right now. You know what I mean? Like somebody like a Bad Bunny, bro. He's probably been like touring and just doing crazy stuff for like the past like 5, 6 years in a row, bro. Like
Yeah,
he's
nonstop tour.
eventually just gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna take this long break because he's
Mhm.
been going and going and going. That's a grind, bro. That's like that's
Or you could
people.
be working on another album right now.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like you just keep going. Like you get off the road and keep working on music, and it's like you going for so many years, and you get to a point. Like look at Rihanna, bro. Like she made her bag in multiple things,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Bro, nobody's gonna force me to put out
Where's
no
she at?
music, bro." She's just chilling, chilling. When she
Yeah.
feel like dropping the music, she'll drop the music. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And one thing I noticed, like Drake says it on his album, like a lot as far as the effort, how long it takes. He said, I spent 400 days listening to beats. That's how long he's been working on this album. He spent over a year just listening to beats for these albums.
Yeah, man. That's somebody like Drake. It has to be super exciting putting together a project just because on top of that, people are sending you their best stuff. So like, not only are you in like a creative mode where you're like, all right, I'm trying to create some dope stuff. But the stuff you're getting is like all like holy grail type stuff. You know what I mean? And it's crazy. I feel like that's even why a lot of times you've been seeing a lot of these beat switches in songs because it's like, bro, there's so many fire beats that they just like they love the beat and they just want to include it on there somehow. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
like Shebang, when he says Manish on the beat, Shebang, I didn't know Manish was a producer. Then I looked up their discography and they made some bangers.
dang, that's crazy. That I didn't know that was a
Yeah.
guy's name either. So he just gave them the
Yeah.
ultimate
That's what I
tag.
mean. I wonder he was saving that. He's like, "Hey, I got the one for you.
Yo, he
I
gave
got
them
the
the
one."
ultimate tag. That Manish is that's gonna be the tag from now on.
Yeah.
You're gonna hear that on every beat.
Manish on the beat, Shebang.
It's like the London on the track one.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in London, got my beat from London. Like those tags like that, man.
Producer tags are big. You know, it's funny. I was watching stupid show, Pop Culture Jeopardy, and they have producer tags. And you know, hey Pierre, come outside. You know where that's from?
No.
The Jamie Foxx show.
Oh
When he was
yeah,
when he was a waiter, and then
yeah.
they're like, "Oh, this is not French." He's like, "Yeah, my chef Pierre made it," and he yells to the kitchen. He's like, "Hey
Yeah.
Pierre, come outside." I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy. And he used that tag because his name's Pierre.
That's funny, man. The tag stories are always funny. Like they always ask like producers in interviews and stuff, and then just like for example, the Don Cannon, Cannon,
Yeah.
that's from Madden when they're talking about Gannon, the quarterback.
Oh,
It's just the way Buddy says it. It
sounds
sounds
like
like
Cannon.
Cannon,
Damn.
and then he turned that into the Cannon. Like yeah, that one was crazy. Like
Yeah.
you took freaking Gannon from Madden and turned it into Cannon, and
Yeah.
that's your tag now. Like
Shout out to Unk. I really like his tag.
yeah, he got the click clack on
Yeah.
click clack
Cash
on.
me out, Unk.
Yo,
That's fire.
it's funny, bro. When I first heard that, I'm so like just a old man in my mind. I thought he was saying "cats meow," and I thought it was like you know what I mean,
Yeah.
like that. And when I told Unc that, he was cracking. I was like, "Bro, nah, this is
I thought it
cash
was
meow."
you at first, and then I found out it was Kick Lack.
Yeah, I think he when I first started working with him, I think he just got that tag.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he got a nice little classic tag also.
Well,
It
that's why,
sounds
because you
good.
never know what song is gonna become huge, and the producer rarely gets that type of credit all the time. It's not they just announce the artist. They don't always announce the producer, but if your tag is in the beginning there, everybody's gonna know you made it. And then the other artists are gonna be like, "Hey, dang, you made that beat. I need one like that."
Yeah, facts. I feel like it's also like where your relationship is with the producer. Like if
Yeah,
you depending on how you know putting the music out or how y'all work together, it's like even some people don't like to give like credit on certain songs. Like they'll even just pay people out and be like, "Yo, just I'll
yeah,
pay you out,
to
or
know.
we can make some other kind of deal so that you're not like officially listed on the credits."
Yeah,
Like It's kind of like it's I wouldn't say weird, but like interesting how people work their music and like the lore around it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what's Ao's? He has a dope tag too.
It's the whole up
Hold
one.
up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's hard.
Hold up.
Him and Aaron Gordon made a couple dope songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, a couple bangers, bro.
And he's Orlando Magic's theme song.
Yep. Played a song.
Yeah.
It's funny, man. The one of the Magic DJs works at his studio, so
Oh
like
yeah.
he be and they're right
Oh
there
yeah. You told me that.
downtown.
You
You know
told
what I
me that.
mean? So
Yeah.
like he's like, oh, about to go DJ the game real quick. Be there in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? That must be dope as hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Speaking of the Magic, bro, let's see what happens, man.
So they
Cause
got the Spurs assistant head coach now.
yeah, that was a disappointing end
Assistant
to the
coach.
season for them. So
Did you see my question yesterday? Was Shaw Lewis assistant coach on the Spurs, or he just some dude looked like him?
oh, I don't know.
There was some dude on the bench that looked like Rashad Lewis. I don't know if it was him
I'm
or
about
not.
to look it up right now. I didn't even notice. Rashard Lewis.
You think that's going to affect the Spurs losing a coach like that?
I feel like it always does, but they have a very good system in place. So they're very plug and play. You know what I mean?
He's leaving what he needs to leave there when he goes. Yeah, and then I saw he has ties to like the Bucks and Giannis in his early years, and now like that's why they said the Magic have a chance to make a run for him and increase the interest of him. The Magic get Giannis, bro. I'm going to them games.
Bruh, I seen yeah, for sure. I'm a big Giannis fan. I feel like his stock has gone down for whatever, I don't know what. Like, bro, y'all see his work ethic. Like,
Yeah,
he's not gonna fall off.
no,
Like, I don't know. Anyway, that would be dope. But man, I seen on Tik. We'll kind of end with this, bro. I seen on TikTok this video of this dude just basically saying right after the Spurs and OKC series ended,
Mhm.
he was like, "Now imagine if Shea Gilgeous-Alexander just went to the Spurs next year. Imagine how crazy that would be.
Yeah,
That would be crazy,
because no
wouldn't
one's
it?"
ever done that before.
Bro, when he said it like that, man, it just reignited that feeling of like, damn, bro, I
But
can't believe KD did
but
that.
this though, but this SGA got one. He got one.
Yeah, it would definitely be
KD
different.
never had
It
one.
would definitely be different.
Yeah,
But
it wouldn't
still,
be the
bro,
same exact
it wouldn't be
situation.
the same. You're right. You're
Yeah.
right for sure. But just the idea of it, like, dang, like
Yeah,
I'm the best player on a team that could have won, should
yeah,
have won, and I'm gonna go to
yeah.
the other team.
And
Like,
that's why I think
oh
with
man,
KD, he couldn't get to the finals because of them. I think with SGA is he knows he's never gonna get to the finals again because of them. You know,
yeah, that's true.
the
I
Spurs are
didn't
gonna
even
make a
think about
run.
that. It's not really like apples to apples, but
Nah,
the idea of like a player that good just
yeah.
switching sides, like it just like I said, it reignited that thought in
Oh
my
yeah,
head of like, damn, bro, KD really went to the Warriors, bro.
yeah. That
Like that
was
was insane. I remember that was like a dark time for me as a fan, bro, because I was like, that's it. They're gonna win
yeah.
unless one
I
of them gets
enjoyed
hurt, they're
watching
gonna
them
win.
play, but I hated it.
I mean, it was OD. I mean, it was
Yeah,
really just OD, dog. Like it didn't make any sense. I mean, devil's advocate, like, can we blame him? Like
man.
he completed and created like the best team you ever saw. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was just like you knew nobody had a chance. Like
They had like a big four,
I've
and
never I've never felt that way.
with
Like,
Andre a big five.
yeah, bro. It was like even the Heat when LeBron went over there, like, damn, that's crazy. They lost that first
Yeah,
year. You know what I mean? It wasn't, but when that team came together, dog, it
yeah,
was like that's it, bro. It literally came down to a disastrous playoff run where everybody got hurt for them to finally
yeah.
lose and break up, bro. That was
That,
insane, man.
that was a time.
That was a time. I'm glad it's gone, low key. Well, not even low key, high key, bro.
Yeah,
They even the way the NFL, I mean the NBA Players Association agreement just kicked in the last few years. Like that's why all the teams are different. That's why there hasn't been a repeat champion in 8 years.
hmm
Like they really was like, nah, bro, we're
we
not
ain't
gonna
letting
let
that
all
happen.
these super teams come together no more. We really gonna even this out, bro. And it's been working. I definitely can't say that it's been a bad change, bro. Because Spurs wouldn't be in the finals right now, and the Knicks
Yeah.
wouldn't be in the
Oh,
finals
big
right
time.
now
Yeah.
if they were still letting the teams do what they
Mhm.
was doing before. So I'm definitely happy about it,
All right,
bro.
hold on. Before we go, game 2 prediction.
Game two predictions. I think so I'm gonna give you my series prediction.
No, no, no.
No,
Just
no.
game
All
2.
right,
Give me just game 2.
right.
Give me just game 2.
Cool, cool. Yeah, let's keep it like that. All right, game two. I feel like the Spurs are gonna win. I feel like Wemby's gonna play a lot better, and that's gonna be basically the difference because I feel like a lot of the players did play well. He was the one that was really bad in the first half as far as field goal
Yeah.
percentage goes, and just not being all there. He lost the ball at the end of the game, so I feel
Mhm.
like he's gonna come out and be on some different stuff, and I feel like he's gonna have one of those type of games like he did the OKC game
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, I feel you know, Spurs, what's the coach's name I always.
Mitch Johnson.
Yeah, Miss John. I think he's a great coach. I think he sees what Cat was doing. Mitchell Robinson boxing out Wemby whenever Brunson took it to the hole.
Yeah,
I
shout out to Richard Jefferson. He called that out
yeah,
perfectly. Like, the way he was sealing Wemby, bruh,
yeah.
he was doing his thing, man.
I think they're gonna find ways around that. I think that they're smart, they're young, they have the energy. Like I was watching, my pops was watching. My pops was really watching basketball, but he texted me. He's like, "I'm watching the game," and he's like, "Yo, the Spurs are young. They have so much more energy." Um, I think they're gonna show that energy. They're gonna show that coaching staff and the how they adjust. Um, I'm going for the Knicks, but it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be harder to win than Game 1 was.
Yeah, facts. It's gonna be a tough series, bro. I never I definitely was excited about the Spurs getting past OKC, and I definitely felt like that was a crazy test for them just as
Yeah,
far as like getting over that hump, but at the same time, Jalen Williams was hurt. You
Oh
know what
yeah,
I
that's
mean?
right.
So it
Yeah,
was like you ain't really get their second best player was hurt,
yeah.
bro. Like so, it's like you can't really gauge it. So they got to dig deep and do something else this series because the Knicks are all there, bro. You know what I'm saying? That nobody's. I mean, you got Robinson with the pinky, but aside from that, I mean, he looked like he was playing fine. So it's like they got their whole team. So now they need to come to
The
play
Knicks
and
are
bring it.
gonna have to play at 100 every single
Nah,
game,
facts.
and that's not gonna
That
last.
that's definitely that was definitely something that I noticed. I'm like, bro, that this pace that they're playing at is
Mhm.
gonna be tough to keep up.
Yep.
Definitely gonna be tough, especially like your dad said against that youth. It's gonna be tough, bro. But it's gonna be a good series, man. It's gonna be a good
Sir,
series. You already know, though.
stay butter.